Mic check. All right. Hey, good morning, Aaron. Top of the morning. Hey, morning, Bully Berry. Good morning. I'm gonna just poke around here for a minute while some people hop in. What happened there? What is that? I finally figured out what was wrong with my trading view. It was just this stupid little stay in drawing mode button. Thank God I figured that out. I don't know what that line is. Let's just delete it. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum. Jorn, top of the morning, crypto plunderer, big time mindset. I don't think I've seen that name, big time mindset, before. But welcome aboard. All right, we'll get hopping into things. I think I'd like to start with a blank chart. I think I'd like to start with a blank chart. Where's one that I like? Um, Man, all my shit's got so much shit on it. I like the futures charts on Bybit and Binance, but I guess, well, whatever. We can work with this one. We'll start here. We'll start here. Um, yeah, we're going to start here, and then we're going to delete this fixed range volume. Actually, gosh dang it, I don't necessarily want to delete that right now because I do kind of want to talk about it. So we're going to hide it, and then we're going to delete some of this stuff. Boom, 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 boom. So, hey guys, we're still in a range. Go figure. How long have we been here? It's been like a long time. It's only 134 days. No big deal. We're still here. Go figure. Um, obviously okay, so not obviously. So what were some of the last things I was saying? That, a break of this should equal rotation up to here. Or, and then of course it's so close to like just challenging that like, why not? So obviously we had that break. Um, and on the leg up, we have broken 4 hour market structure, right? We come up. I'm not gonna fiddle fart around with all of it, just going with the more swingish kind of structure here. Bum, 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 bum. Where was it? This is the area where I'm going to slice it up a little bit more. Boom, boom, that guy right there. So we had a slight break there. It didn't, I'll say it. At the time, it didn't seem all overly bearish to me. It didn't, but yet it has seemed to produce a lower high for a lower low. All right. But this low right here is the one I was referring to, that I'm like, hey, that it could get pretty, in my opinion, it could get pretty bloody if we lose that thing. Yeah, it really could. To me, like a loss of this low, um, like I almost feel is the same way about losing this low as I did about breaking that high right there. Um, we've got a little bit of support down in this area. You've got a little bit of a demand range right here, and I think there was a golden pocket in it. I'm not much for the fibs myself, but I think, what is that? That is not a fib tool. Let's get a fib tool out. I believe we had a golden pocket in there. Get down to just a golden pocket, and yeah, looking at that range right there. I think that's the only section starting at like 59, 152 or whatever, that could potentially kind of hold us back from actually running the give me my arrow, from actually running that guy again or challenging it, right? So because of this break, and we have broken a little bit on the 4 hour, but the 8 hour still maintains, which is a larger time frame, which I give more credence to. Because we look at the 8 hour, I haven't used my highlighter in days. Let's do that. The 8 hour still flows like this, right? So it has not broken bearishly. Still looks pretty good. We just recently interacted with this OBIM right here. Um, which is what had me sort of planning on long trades. Uh, yeah, yeah, all that was the reasons. That was the reasons. We did end up getting a decent range down here, and of course, we just swept the bottom of it this morning. Now, can we kind of clear the top? So let's see here. Hold on. Let me catch back up with chat. Let me catch back up with chat. Jay Becker, top of the morning to you. I think that might be a newish name for me. Roquinos. I'll mess up your name every time. TRD Farmer, how's it going, man? Jonathan Schaefer. Good to see Jonathan Schaefer too. Am I still the only one hanging on to bullish thoughts at the bottom of our daily demand range? Nope, nope. I'm right there with you, bully. It's weird. Only 3 likes. Yeah, only been in that range for 1/3 of the year. No big deal. Okay. So let me see, because I want to take a little bit of a closer look in here, and let me get rid of that. So that guy right there. Okay, so we didn't end up, as we had this sort of larger drop. I think that was like last night, um, which was um, which was an increase in bearish momentum. This is what's got me actually a little bit on the edge, right? Is just the overall like sort of depth of that relative to something like even this guy. Um, it just seemed to be picking up some steam there. That is, uh, yeah, that's not exactly bullish, right? This is not how I wanted to get here. No, no, that is not how I wanted it to happen. This creates a problem because it puts very, very clear resistance right above us. Um, so, anyways, we kind of come down. We set this low right here. Get on there. We come down and sweep that low, and then in real time, as I'm talking, right, we come back and snap the high of the range. So, like this is what I was looking for. This is what I was trying to sort of elaborate in my post last night, and then the post I made this morning. This is, sweep of the low on this range. Target one was back to the high of the range. Target two is this guy at 65,040. Um, so let's see here. Oh, okay. All right. Gosh dang. All right. I got to keep moving. I got to keep on moving. I'm also looking to short here. Also looking to short there. Let's get back to this guy. So, and again, like, like I can't, when I'm anticipating a sweep of the low of the range, right? In a perfect world, it just goes boop, boop. But I mean, I have no idea whether it's going to do that at all. So it's like, you know, this is this is still entry, and this is still stop loss, but only until we have reclaimed and re-entered into the range. For me, it's just the way I work it. Um, and yeah, let's see here. Target one, target two. Where is the other one? Did I like delete it off of this? That's okay. It was perfectly obvious to me. Uh, yeah, so I kind of want to see us sort of come up and fill up some of this gap, some or all of it. And I am going to be watching for a rejection starting at 64,903 up to 65,260, somewhere in about that range. Now, caveat, caveat. Let's get to like the 10-minute chart. So essentially that short was going to look something along these lines. I'll just say, again, between here and here, I was going to be looking for some sort of a structural shift to come up into this area to then look to drive it down. Probably at this point it would have been below this low, but here's the caveat, right? The caveat is just the same way as I was explaining that we did not get down to here the way that I would have wanted to with this significant bearish break right here. Well, we're not getting up to the short the way I wanted to either. To come right from here and just put in three, pretty bullish candles. Yeah, that's just not the way I was hoping to approach that, right? Like I wanted to see it, kind of approach in a manner much more like this. That's the perfect way to approach it, and we are not heading there that way. So just as the same way as I would say, what's a tool I can use here? You get this sell, go away indicators, get out of my life. You get this sell to buy that snaps down and breaks this, right? um, Putting resistance right above us, which was why I wasn't super happy about how we got into this. It's actually a daily order block too. And this area actually maintains daily market structure as well. We maybe take a look at that in a minute. Um, well, it's kind of like, okay, no, it's not. My thing was just the aggressive V shape back up above here. But I suppose it lacks the depth of this, lacks the depth of that. That's a little bit more shallow. It's a little bit more shallow. So uh, I suppose that is better news. That means that hope is not lost. For some sort of let me just use a doodle tool. Hope is not lost to start forming structure that flows a little bit more like that, getting into a zone. Oh, that was a little too big. Getting into a zone like this area up here. So all hope is not off for that. It's just, yeah, I would still be looking to. Um, I just probably have to be a little bit more aggressive on that. Hold on, I have way too many lines in my chart now. I'm dying. I just died inside. Get this off first of all. Let's go away with that. Yep, yep, yep. What else can we do about this? Let's get rid of that. We don't need that anymore. Bum bum bum. Sorry, it was just okay. Here we go. And let's get rid of this. I don't need target one anymore. Um, yeah, I'd have to be a little bit more aggressive on the profit taking. Yeah, probably like at that 64,343 area. I think that would it's just due to, again, it's the aggressive return. Commonsensically, we just wiggle waggle for whatever this looks like, about like 12 hours or so, and like all this price action is just kind of flat, wiggly, wobbly, and then you see a big purge and a fast snapback. So I think it goes without saying there was significant volume traded in these, and yeah, it's just again a shallow SFP of this. Some little shallow SFP here, and then a crawl up to here. That's the better flow. This is just slightly more choppy. Let's see what else. What else do we have to talk about on BTC? What else do we have? Oh, what? I should probably get handing out wrenches. I see some people here that need some wrenches. How do we do this again? Can we not do it from OBS? Is that not a thing? Apologize. Apologize. Give me just a moment. Need to do this. Mhm. Definitely need to do that. Okay, cool. I'm back. Just had a little bit of housekeeping. Hey, good morning, Alex. Good morning. All right, so I'm trying to think of what else. Like I'm dying to talk about on Bitcoin, and it's probably not much. But let me just zoom out and take a look. Zoom out and take a look. So far more interested in shorting here than I am here. I realize that there's supply up in this area. I'm just not as interested in shorting that though. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. It's this one here, which again, I'm just gonna say it one more time. If this continues its aggressive approach right here, just pow. Uh, I highly doubt I will be getting involved in any short selling in that area. Not on that kind of approach. No, that says it means business, if you ask me. We'll leave this position on here, but it's starting to look less confident as the ticks tick by. Um, all right. Use oil. Whatever happened to that thing? Well, not the long trade I was looking for. Nope. 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 Yep. That no work. I mean, we, there was really no confirmation for it, but obviously it didn't work. But that's interesting, right? What's all that about? I don't even remember who asked for use oil. Here we go. Turn that lock off. Get that lock. Uh, so, what is happening here? Oh, that's right. We were still stuck inside of that big, massive range. Because I was like, what? Why is it after I was my head was going? Well, wait a minute. We had identified a significant break. So, like, what's up with this? Where is our higher low? Um, it's still going to produce one. Why am I looking at this? And if somebody's interested in oil or whatever, you could say you're interested, and maybe then I will be interested again. But in the meantime, oh, TRD never had a wrench before? My man, let's go. Let's go. All right, DXY. DXY. You haven't really done shit since the last time I looked at you, DXY. You haven't done shit. But okay, hold on. Let's get up in time frames, and let's delete some of this stuff so I can read better. Uh huh. Uh huh. Uh huh. I still feel the same way. Yeah, I still feel the same way about this. My thoughts have not changed. This here, to me, a loss of that still equals this guy. Um, And so I would still expect lower highs and lower lows on the Dixie. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything that could change my mind about that. I don't suspect so. I mean, I know that's going to be within a deviation threshold, but does the weekly chart give me any more answers? Maybe, maybe. That's interesting. Yeah, because on the weekly, if we SFP that, that's going to maintain this structure. It's kind of an internal low, though. Um, Interesting. Well, that's looking way too much into the future. It's looking way too much into the future. Okay, so as we come down and break this low and this candle body closed below that low on the daily time frame, we return to make an attempt at this high. It's not giving me confidence um, yeah, that's looking a lot like a failure. And failures get sent back to school. And if that happens, so if this SFPs and then returns to the low that created it, and breaks that low, Well, then, yeah, I mean, and then I would say that answer is definitely clear. Yeah, I would say that's definitely clear that we're going to go down there. And after that, we is $100. So cool. That's I think that's all I got on DXY. Um, da-da-da. Let's see here. Sent to school. No, no. Well, we want you, Alex. Come on, don't lie to me, bro. Don't lie to me. You want Dixie to die. Don't lie. You want it to. You want it to go back to primary school. I know you do. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I should have more. I feel like I should have more planned on BTC. I do. Go, just go away, indicators. I can't deal with you today. I can't deal with you today. Get off of my chart. Um, let's just check a couple other time frames. First of all, where did I come up with this guy? Where was that? Was it like a 6 hour? Okay, so it's like that 6 hour candle right there. Bum, bum, bum. What is that line? Where did it come from? It's done. Go away. Oh yeah, that's just an aggressive go up to there. So far, so far. Yeah, so I'm 100% watching this area for a short. I said it before. I'll say it again. I do prefer this one, but I will watch the other one. Gosh, it just what that does to all my price labels just wreaks havoc on my brain. It wreaks havoc. Don't like it. Don't like it. Bum, 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 bum. Just thinking, bear with me. Just thinking, I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking. Let's go back to the four. Okay, I now like it. I'm getting better vibes about that zone. That zone would be the zone. Um, no, yeah, that this one would do it too. But um, after this kind of break on the 4 hour here, ba-ba-ba-bum. Yeah, yep, yep, yep. That would maintain the bearish flow from the top. That would still maintain that bearish flow from the top. And that's just looking at this leg of price action, just this one here. Because again, external market structure is still intact, still intact. Externally, everything is fine. But if that were to change, um, and we were to break the external structure, well, then these are the two areas that I'm looking to do that in. And I know that that's a pretty big zone. So let's work on refining that. Let's maybe work on doing a little refinery work. Let's first we're going to start by taking it down to this 2 hour candle. And let's see, do I have price labels on that? Let's get one here. You know what? I actually like the body of that candle better for that. Yeah, as a matter of fact, that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to leave it to that. I'm going to say 66571 to 66,156.4. That's what I'm going to say. That is where I am refining it to, right there. Can we get any other neat confluences? What does an anchored VWAP from the high look like? I don't like it. It's been touched too many times. What does a fixed range from the high look like? Puts the POC right in the middle. We like that. We like that. What does a fixed range look like from this low down here? Puts the POC in the middle. We like that. Yeah, okay, cool. All right. Yeah. Are my eyeballs still in there? I still got my eyeball in there. Let's start our alert setting at 65,949. I think let's start there. Okay, let's go to get off logarithmic and let's try that again. Let's do one here. And I want it every time it crosses on the, oh, this doesn't give you time frame, huh? Okay, that's fine. Whatever. We'll start with an alert there. I'm going to get another alert right here on what I have labeled target 264,903. Let's get an alert there once per bar, but not on the 2 hour chart, probably like the 5 hour chart. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, and then is there any immediate longs that I'm interested in? Yep. Yeah, there is. There is, and it is essentially going to be, a retest back into this demand rate here at 64,343. Um, yeah, yeah, that is because I don't think it can just saw right through here with nothing but bullish candles. That would change this idea for me if it were to happen. I just don't think that it will. Um, I just don't think that it will. To me, we have very real resistance in this area, and so this could trigger a retracement for a mitigation of the previous range for liftoff from this new demand right here. And so, for that reason, I shall entertain that idea. So, we will look at this guy. Man, what do I feel like targeting on that? What do I feel like targeting on that? Um, so like target one for me. Hear me out on this. Target one for me. We're gonna hypothesize for a little bit. First of all let me get this centered so we can see it a little bit more. So what I'm hypothesizing is that we enter turbulence into supply and then we retrace back to demand. And then if on this leg of retracement, let's call it 5 minute structure, if we can get a 5 minute structural flip on that leg coming out of this demand, then target one would be here, wherever this high lands. That's going to be target one for me. Um, and if we break target one with confidence, then yeah, then I would my target two would then become the 67,105 high, and my target three would be up here. Yeah, my third target would be that. And yeah, yep. That's how I feel about that. That's definitely how I feel about that. I would really want to see a structural flip on this leg right here. I really want to see that because if it this downward structure can still maintain whatever this could still maintain, right? This downwards flow here that could still maintain, right? So if we see a retracement occur from this area on that short idea that we have here, and it comes down into demand, this is like one of those where you get to find out, is demand taking control or is supply remaining in control, right? Is supply going to remain in control, or are we going to see demand start taking control of the price action? So I want to see a structural flip in here 100%, at least on the 5 minute. I would not even trust a 1 minute structural, minimum 5 minute. The higher the better. I don't think you're going to be lucky enough to get a 10 or 15 to even form on that leg. But bigger the better. Bigger mo better. Um, yeah, and yeah, so like I said, target one, target two would be, oh, you know what? I take that back. I'm gonna say target two should be here, right? The for all the reasons I mentioned prior, target two should be there. Yeah, expect retracement here. Expect retracement there for sure. Um, yeah, so that would be target two. I guess that makes this guy target three, and then unfortunately that ends up with four targets on the trade. Hmm. Yep, yep, yep. Okay, sorry, I haven't been paying attention to chat. Been blabbing. What else do we got? What else do we got here? Anybody? Show ETH. Show ETH. I don't know. That just instantly gave me Frankie Kendall flashbacks. Show ETH. Cool. Let's take a look at ETH. I haven't seen that one in a hot minute. I never look at it unless anybody asks for it. So it's always fun for me, especially if nobody's asked about it in a long time. Oh well. Look at that. We got something going on here. We got something going on here. What do we have going on here? Oh, yes, we never swept that low. Didn't do it on BTC either. Got all that happened there. So we kind of failed this. Okay, hold on. Let's delete. Let's delete. Go away. So we failed that high. Is that what happened there? Yeah, I'd say that's pretty clear. I'd say that's pretty clear. Okay, so what does that mean? Man, I feel like ETH is down. I feel like ETH is down. I feel like it has an opportunity. So like, will it leave this fair? I feel like it's down. I got ahead of myself. My brain or my mouth can't keep up with my brain. Um, so this low is left unchallenged, and this supply range or demand range has not been mitigated. Facts, just facts. Um, as we this low had a job to do, right? And its job was to take out this high that created it. It failed that job. Uh, Comes down, rolls over again. Um, and this makes me want to short Bitcoin more. Is what this chart is doing. It's making me want to short Bitcoin more. Um, yeah, because so let's hop up to the four. Right, like just barding out on this kind of like external structure point that brought us. Yeah, that is not giving me any manner of confidence. I would 100% want to start shorting if okay, so let me go again. My mouth cannot keep up with my brain. um I don't like that it left this stuff unmitigated. I think that it is subject to heavy market manipulation due to the launch of ETFs, and the failure on this high is not making me happy. Nope, that's not making me happy about it. I see a lot of weak liquidity in this area still. I don't outside of literally where we're at, right? Like literally where we're at. We are in this demand range right here. Hold on, let me zoom in. So we're kind of in a similar demand range that BTC is on, but this presents much differently to me. BTC looked more like this, right, where it like could come up, up, boom. Yeah, it didn't have this glaring range break on top of it that ETH does. Um, yeah, yeah, it didn't. It didn't. So my question is this. I am suspecting that ETH is going to visit some of these areas down here. Will it leave this fair value gap behind on its way to it? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. Now it could, right? It could, but I would want to. I would want to. This is what I want. I want to see. I want to see some lift here. I want to see it smack off of this, and I'm going to see it come down to there. That's what I want to see. Anywhere in this area here, I want to see it fill that gap, hit supply, and continue down, following this structure, this kind of flowish here. Yeah, something along those lines. Uh, so, my ideal area to short is currently, almost 6% above where price is at right now. So, what would I need to see to give me any manner of confidence that we are going to fill that? Yeah, it's kind of looking like it. We're seeing some similar behavior on this. I'm going to go ahead and delete this. Let's get rid of this. Um, Seeing some similar type behavior on this that we are to BTC, where we've got that sweep of the low. We come back and we are able to clear the high, but this is not out of the woods yet for me. This is not out of the woods yet for me because see, like this, all of this price action up here, that has already been swept on Bitcoin, right? Oh yeah, like big time. Like it already addressed all of that. Um, but yeah, I think I'd want. Yeah, I want something that starts to look a little bit more like this. I'm not gonna pretend how it's gonna squiggle through this area, however it does it. But I want to see it. I want to see that it can crack this like range high, maybe maybe bounce off some of this. Why am I trying to do that with a fucking drawing tool? Maybe bounce off some of that supply right there, and then I need a V in here uh, with a clean initiation up above this point and this point. Clean, one sweep. Nothing but bullish candles in between the two of those. I want to see confidence there. That is going to tell me that we will have some manner of demand in that region that we could then look to at that point. I'm doing technical analysis on candles that do not fucking exist right now, but I'm just trying to illustrate what it would need to look like for me to even justify a move up to here. And then further move back down, right? Like that's just what I would. I'm just trying to, just trying to explain what it would need to look like. That's all. Yep, yep. Hey, Brewberry, you should check the ETH BTC chart next for more clues. I never look at that chart, so I am going to do that. ETH BTC, right? Something like that. Binance works for me. Works for me. Let's go to the daily. Okay, what do I feel about this? What do I feel about this? Okay, so let's just get some obvious stuff out of the way. Um, Yeah, there's a significant enough inefficiency out of here that I'm going to go ahead and consider that my larger. Come on, man. Come on, man. Get on the damn wig, man. Tell you what, you get on there. Um, all right. Okay, so we got our demand range down there. We have our low right here. And we have interacted with both, and we changed daily market structure off of it. Where's my little path tool? Change daily market structure right here after sweeping low and interacting with demand. Cool. All right, so we get the break. Bingo. We still have the cutest little OBIM right down here. And that would still, yeah, that would maintain this break to actually go back down to there. That would still flow in a manner that looked like this. That could still produce a higher low for a higher high. Um, against Bitcoin, against Bitcoin, against Bitcoin. Uh, other things that other things that scream loudly at me on this chart is the dollar signs. Something else that definitely screams at me. Okay, so this chart presents pretty bullish. This chart presents pretty bullishly. Let's see here. Not like uber bullishly, right? I think uber bullishly would look more like how do people do it? Something like like if this had come up here and then back to here and not lost that. I think that would be a little bit more uber bullishly. Um, that's interesting. That is interesting. I wonder if that actually confused me more than anything. Now let me go back to the ETH chart. So if that made it, I should have favorited that other one. ETH. Man, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not so. I'm not. I'd have to do some real. I'd have to really think on that one, man. I'd have to really think on that one because I'm like I feel like ETH needs these areas, um, and so it would have to. So if we look at the other chart, it needs to continue to fall against Bitcoin. So Bitcoin needs to go up to like what this area, or would it be higher? No, because we're looking at like the daily. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I think there's clear information on that chart. It is putting my head in a tailspin. What's your thoughts on it, Jonathan? How do you feel that relates? Dice this thing up here. See what's happening. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, and what was target two? Cool. All right. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so that's like already target two on the long idea from this morning. If we turn around and lose this low right here, uh, then then I'm going to start to want to get involved in a short trade. I know I have my supply labeled up here, but it was just an effort to make it smaller. It really begins down here. So if we smack that and turn around and break that, what is that? That is a 3 minute break. Yeah, that'd be about 3 minute market structure. Yeah, so if we turn around and manage to lose that low, I would look to drive it back down to this guy. Yep, yep. I do feel that. I do feel that. So it's kind of prepping up for that. Yeah, whatever. This is I probably deleted it because it was driving me crazy, didn't I? I know we had a, I don't know, maybe it wasn't on this chart. What chart am I fucking on? The Bybit chart? Maybe we did it on the Binance chart. No, this guy. I'm talking about this guy. I'm talking about this guy right now. That one. Um, yeah, talking about that guy. That would not be the SL if, let's slide this over. Go back down to 3 minutes because we were looking at 3 minute structure. Um, yeah, the position would look more like that. But obviously, we got to lose that low, this low right here. That's the one. That's the guy at what is that? 64570. We got to lose that with like a 3 minute candle body close. And we may not get that right. Like, may not get that. I already built the whole case on why I am so bullish right here. As a matter of fact, let's go look at that daily chart real quick. Okay, Brew, I was looking short BTC 61K, or I will then look for a long-term swing trade. 61K, long-term swing trade. 61K, long-term swing trade. So 61 is down in that area. So what do you got down there that's interesting you? Um, for me, that's not going to quite work. For me, 61K is not going to quite work for me. Personally, Jonathan, just for me, 61K is not going to work for a lift zone. Um, it's just not for me, it's not going to work. I am not even particularly in love with this demand range that has golden pocket slash whatever 786 in it. I'm not even particularly in love with that one. Uh, for me, a significant loss of this low, especially candle bodies at 62.4 or so, and like 6 to 8 hour candle bodies down there. And I just feel like we're headed all the way back down. I really do. I really do. And, I don't think there would have ever been a reason to had we just done what we were effing supposed to do down there. But anyways, I'm not going to get too bearish yet because we are. Oh, you know what? Here's. Oh yeah. It's all coming back to me. Let me go back to that Binance chart. Where is that one at? Binance chart. Cool. Let's do that. And there's a couple things I wanted to look at on here. Delete stuff. Let's just delete. Let's just go. Just everything go away. Everything go away. Let's keep the range on there. And I had a fixed range volume profile on here, I think, that I wanted to talk about. If not, we'll rebuild it. Okay, cool. Um, what is it, 818? All right, let's see. Brew, if BTC suddenly turns around now and does go with a 15-minute boss now. Oh, bro, you get a 15-minute break of structure out of here, bro? Where are we at? We'll go take a look at that real quick too. You break 15-minute structure of this down leg right here, and we're coming for that high, bro. We're coming for that high, and I don't think it's going to reject there. Yeah, that's how I feel about that. And where is that 15-minute break at? And then we're going to get back to talking about this fixed range volume profile. Well. Man, it's just not the, that's just not the, we still have, where was it? We're on the other chart. So I see, so like this is your 15-minute high, right? This is where you're going to break your 15-minute market structure is right there. But there's still significant resistance right above that. There's still significant resistance right above that. So like the best case scenario is that we do break it and mitigate this, but we need to have but we're going to retrace from there. And so there needs to be support developed on this leg somewhere. Um, and then I would say, hey, a 15-minute break, if we can get some sort of demand to form somewhere in here, ideally higher up than this, then yeah, I think we could definitely be in business. Again, that's why I am bullish down here. I'm pointing with my real finger on a real monitor. You can't even see it. What was he talking about? Oh yeah, we're going back to the Binance chart, and we're going to the daily. That's what we're doing. We're going to the daily, and uh, and we just real quick again. So it's not only that that was a daily break in market structure. We already kind of established that. We also have a daily order block with imbalance right here that we're interacting with. Um, this area again, it not only maintains like your 6 hour and your 8 hour, but it maintains your daily market structure to continue the march north from this zone. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about that fixed range volume profile because I'm not like super big on these guys. I'm just not. But that POC just looked really stable. What I really wanted to talk about is developing value areas, right? Well, let's put the regular value areas on. And let's take the developing ones off. Let's take the developing ones off. Okay, so value area high, value area low, POC, right? Um, when looking at these, I tend to look more at the developing value area and the developing POC more than I do the actual value area and the actual POC. And the reason for that is like you can look at this and go, oh well, man, like that's just like these really clean lines should be obvious. Maybe this isn't the best range to display it on because we have such gross deviations of the value area, like specifically this one. Um, Even that one to a certain extent. These deviations, I think, are all really clean. That all looks great. But when you look at the developing value area, I just think you get more information off of it. For me, I just tend to get a little bit more information off of them. I'll see if I can do my best to explain what the hell I mean, right? Um, yeah, let's leave it all on. So it's like you're developing value area in these kind of blue squiggly lines, and then you're developing POC, right? All this is essentially displaying is had you drawn this value area, say from here to here on this low, then like that's your value area low, that's your POC, and that's your value area high at this time. So I like to look at the way the value area has developed because you could be looking at a range and it could be giving you information that looks like this that says, oh, you have this very clear high of the range and you have this very clear low of the range and you have this very clear POC, right? But then all of a sudden you look at the developing value area and your value area high looks more like this guy and your value area low, maybe it looks more like this guy, right? And then your POC is squiggling somewhere in the middle. I'm not going to draw the POC. But meanwhile, your fixed range volume profile is feeding you, when you look at not the developing value area high and low, but the actual value area high and low, it's giving you information that maybe looks like this, right? And so it's like, oh no, there's this clear low of the range and this clear high of the range, but really that's not the case. It hasn't even flattened out yet. So I like to see them flatten out. I like to see that the developing value area high and low have flattened. Um, because they were like a sloppy mess back here. They kind of start flattening here a little bit, not too bad. But the POC for this was the standout for me. The POC was a big standout. I was like, okay, that makes sense. Like if you would have drawn the value area from this point to this candle right here, your POC would have been all the way up here. I don't know. Never mind. Whatever. Moral of the story is it's one more reason. I'll give you the short version. One more reason I was bullish right there. One more reason I was bullish right there. Um, and simple encouragement to don't take your value area at face value. Check your developing value area high and value area low and see if they coincide with the actual value area high and low. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Okay, so the same 24K from August 17, 2023. I do want to look at that. I do want to look at that. What do you say? What do you say? August 17th, 2023. Oh, that guy. That guy. Yeah, yeah, so that low right there, that's an interesting low, right? Because there was a very clean Model 2 accumulation that happened in here, but you go like, well, wait a minute, how can a Model 2 accumulation happen if that wick never got taken, right? How in the hell could that have occurred if that is still intact? Here's what I will tell you. BlackRock was obviously doing some ETF shit, right? Who is the custody of their Bitcoin? It's Coinbase, right? It's Coinbase. So if we look at the Coinbase chart, where is that Coinbase? If we look at the Coinbase chart and we go back to August 17th, you will see that it took that low. So that's what I will tell you about the August 17th low is that yes, you can find 100 perpetual charts in which that low is still intact. But this was nonetheless a very clean Model 2 accumulation. And the big player in the market at the time was BlackRock. They were a very large player. They were playing on Coinbase Exchange. That is who custodied them. And it 100% took the low on that exchange. Mm. Let me check your chart. Let me check your chart, homie. Where's it at? Where's Discord at? Yes, you do have an issue with the way you drew your structure, and I'm going to show you what it was. Let me go back to here. Let's go back to 15. Common mistake. Common mistake. No big deal. But let's talk about it. Where the hell are the candles? Where's the candles? Give me the candles. Give me the candles. Okay, so on your 15-minute structure, what you, good sir, are looking at is this. You're saying, okay, up, down, up, or I'm sorry, up, down, up, maybe down, and then a break of 15-minute, right? Here's the problem. This low needed to be lower than this in order to count it. That low is not a confirmed low because yeah, I mean, if anything, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's not a new low. That's the issue with counting that right there, right? And it's also not a break of your um it's not a break of your external down structure, right? You have a little bit of a range here, and yeah, it's just not no yeah, it's literally because of this. That is literally what it is. Um bum, 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 because no, you know what? You know what? Like I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. It's just internal is the issue. To me, it's just that it is internal to this kind of range right here. Your most relevant external 15-minute market structure point is still going to be this guy. It's still going to be this guy. I get what you're saying because you can even kind of, and maybe this is the way you had it drawn. You can even kind of look at it as up, down, up, break on your 15. And actually, for that reason, I will say, yeah, that's valid. No, I take it all back, bro. I take it all back. You're right. It's a valid 15-minute break of the external structure. You are correct because this high was confirmed with the sweep of this low. So, yes, you are correct. That is a 15-minute break. That is a 15-minute break. He is right. I was wrong. I jumped ahead. Good observation. Good observation. Thanks, really. I still look at it. Good. Yeah. See, I think good, man. I'm glad that was. Believe me, bro. That was it was driving me crazy too when I was focused on the Binance and the Bybit perpetual futures charts, and that low was intact, and it was driving me nuts. And I was like, "What is happening here?" And then I put the pieces together and found that Coinbase took the low and moved on with my life. I was then happy with that low from then on. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, can we attack the 4 hour high? Um, can we attack the 4 hour high off of a 15-minute break? So in this circumstance right here, it's a maybe, right? It's a maybe. I guess I'd like to look at it maybe just like one leg at a time. Like, so your 4 hour high is this guy, right? That's our 4 hour high. I think that's our 4 hour. Yeah, that's our 4 hour high. Okay. Bum. Oh man, I'm not so like it could, dude. It could. I'm just not so comfortable, right? I mean, like I have high targets for this position. Don't get me wrong. Like there's high potential targets for this, but uh, I'm still worried about this. I'm still worried about this, and I'm still worried about this, which is why what would make me feel better is here's what would make me feel a lot better about potentially tackling that 4 hour high. What would actually make me feel better is the success of a position like that. That would make me feel better because that would, again, it would show me that we have touched supply, we have retraced into demand, and then if we can come from demand back up and crack this high, and that is going to show me demand is taking control of the situation right now. And so, in a circumstance like this, boom, boom, crack of that, lift off of here, then I would say we can tackle that 4 hour high. So, little early for me to make that determination. Little early for me. Yeah, it's just a little too early for me. All right. Well, it's 8:32. This is about that time in which I must go. Yeah. I'm gonna need to hit the road, y'all. Any like I don't know charts that anybody's like burning to take a look at? Maybe we could just pop in and peek at really quick. If not, I'm gonna hit the road. Just gonna flip through a couple myself. Well, what's that dominance to it? What's that all about? Give me confidence. Dominance not looking so hot. Oh yeah, I haven't seen these in a while. What's that all about? Yes. Okay. Man, that looks good. Boy, Doge is another one that I think presents pretty similarly. Let's just delete. Let's remove all drawings coming out of that last chunk right there, and returning up to break this range right here. And then we have that same sort of daily kind of order block here that we're interacting with. Doge presents very similar to BTC, where it looks like it could definitely maintain that sort of flow to it. I'm just going to ramble here for a little bit, and if anybody pops a coin in, I'll take a peek, and if not, I'm off. Yeah, it gives us all the same problems as BTC, though. All the same problems. Still, all the same problems, though. Hmm, 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 hmm. Okay. Oh yeah. Let's just do the BTC recap and move on. So day started out with a look for a sweep of. Come on, work with me. For looking for a sweep of the low, uh, we got that. Um, we've got the idea of shorting out of this area. I'm looking for a loss of that low for confirmation on that short. But I will be prepared to absolutely yank the ripcord on it if I see a reaction at this point. Then I will just bing bong and flip flop and grope my way back into a long. And then watching this area up here for further shorts. And would I long the low again? Because I think that's the only thing I haven't talked about, right? Um, let's get all these stupid things back on here. So we're talking about things like this, things like this. Um, would I long this low again? Yep, I'd do it. I'd do it. Yeah, I'd do it. But what I'm gonna tell you is, it's gonna need to be the sweep of that low is going to need to be at least half of that amount. So that was a $366 deviation of that low. For me to then look for involvement on the next low, I'm going to want like half of that. Like we're going to need to be at like, yeah, like $130, somewhere in that range. Yeah, it's going to need to show me it's going to need to show me a reduction, right? So like 1.74%, 0.54%. I'm going to need to see that reduce again. I'm going to need to see that reduce again for me to involve myself in that low if we get back down there. Would this be the first untapped? I have to bump this comment because the heart sits right over it. Would this be the first untapped low if we pump to the all-time high in the history of Bitcoin? Damn if I don't want to know the answer to that question. Untapped low if we pump to the all-time high. Untapped low if we pump to the all-time high. Low if we pump to the all-time high. It's always going to be a low left behind, right? Because it's like, well, we didn't tap that low before pumping to the all-time high. See what you mean about this one though. Like we did tap that one. We didn't tap this one. Didn't really tap this one. That guy. I was left unchallenged. So no, not particularly. I guess the one thing I will say is, what will I say? We have already smoked these guys though. right? Well, it's not the tool I want. I just want this. Like we have already smoked all these guys by doing that. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I would have really liked to seen a proper accumulation range down there. That would have been really nice. Uh, it just leaves us less vulnerable for a return, in my opinion. But no, I think it's happened before. It's happened before, or and I guess I'm only assuming that you're referring to this low here and not like some of these other lows down here, like this guy, or even this guy. Oh, look, Kraken took it. Oh no, we're on Bitstamp. Bitstamp took that low too. That's August 17th low. Um, yeah, I still don't. Let me put it this way. Here's the best way I can. Last one you marked looked tapped. Ba, 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 ba. I still don't like the lack of mitigation from this point forward. I don't like that. That's the only mitigation we got. I don't like that. So I still think Bitcoin is fragile right here. That's the best I can tell you on that question. But anyways, I have officially gone over time, and I am going to hit the road. Right as Rana pulls out Soul. I would rather see Soul mitigate this area below this line. I really would rather see that, but it doesn't particularly seem like it wants to do that either. Um, hmm, 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 hmm. I like I like the fact that we're not putting 4 hour body candles below that guy, and like even on this guy, um, it really wicks here, and then so I would take it from that wick to here, and then that is not a candle body close either, so I would further come down to here, and then we're still so it's like we're not breaking external structure. We're not seeming to tackle any of this external structure here. Um, so it looks pretty bullish where it's at. It does look pretty bullish. I still like to see something like that mitigated, but yeah, in a lot of ways it looks like the Bitcoin chart. Yeah, in a lot of ways it looks like the Bitcoin chart where it's attempting to hold its external structure for a run back up the high. Yeah, that's really what the vibes that I'm getting. Um, yeah, and then coming off of that low, you break your 15. And are we going to come back down and mitigate this and take a run? Do some, no. Yeah, yeah, actually. God, it's still just that one little extreme point of demand. Uh, yeah, I can see. Let's see, it didn't even take that. Took that retrace. It seems like it kind of wants to run to me, man. Yeah, it seems like it kind of wants to run and see what this is all about right here. That seems to be where it wants to come check out. Okay. Yeah. So I would. Let me see if there's any last things I can say about Soul before I go. So you come up and you break your 3 minute structure right here, but you have a 15 minute break of structure over this line, and you have a 3 minute break of structure, little peewee break of structure there. So are you going to form your next 15-minute higher low for continuation? Quite possibly, quite possibly. So I would look for. It's not. It's not doing it in the best way possible. So we are about to. I wish I would have seen some better structure on the lower time frames coming down on this leg. Just some cleaner structure because right now I can only really use this high, which I don't like the idea of that. And we're about to start entering into like fair value gap zones. I have a feeling I like this. I like this right down here. Or this, like literally that. Yeah. Yeah. I would much prefer that it just literally go up right from where it's at. Right from where it's at. Yes. Yeah, that made me feel much better. There's no market structure confirmation for me until here, but we are in the area that I would prefer to see it lit from. I don't want to see it have to return all the way this extreme point of demand down here. It could do it and maintain its 15-minute bullish structure, but I just don't want to see it do that. I don't want to have to see it do that. All right. Yeah, work started for me like 12, 17 minutes ago, so I got to go too. But you're welcome, Luke, and it was good to see you. Um, yeah, Rana, I see what you're seeing, man. I see what you're seeing. I see what you're seeing. What did we do? Did we break that low? Did we break the low? Let's take a look. The 1 minute isn't going to answer it. We know we need a 3 minute close, and did it close? Yeah, I suppose it did. Um, Not with confidence, though. Not with confidence. Not with confidence. Okay, yeah, I have to stop. I have to stop myself. This is me stopping myself and wishing you all a great day.